this is Stampy, and welcome back to my Let's Play on Ni No Kuni 2. We are back inside of the palace inside of Evermore. More importantly, Roland is back after his mysterious adventure. God, he's a sneaky fellow, isn't he? But he has returned. He has begun to explain all of his actions, but apparently we need to talk to him and listen to what Roland has to say for himself. Looks like we're going to tell him off. Like, what have you got to say for yourself, Roland, you naughty boy? Sneaking over and joining Mousinger as a spy. Naughty boy, Roland. Anyway, let's speak to them and let's find out what he has to say. I'm sorry, Evan. I put you through a lot. We were so worried about you, Roland. But you're back now, and that's the most important thing. Leander told us where you'd been and what you'd been up to. Crikey, you don't half love a madcap jaunt, eh? Least you could have done is invited me along for the ride. Look, I want to apologize. If I didn't have to trick you all, I wouldn't have done. I'm sorry.
Well, you certainly had me going, lad. Hook, line, and blessed sinker. Ha ha.
Flippin' heck.
You had all of us going, you horrible man. But I think that we still believe in you somewhere deep down. Did my gift prove useful in the end?
Sure.
Sure. Lockpicking bugs, frog pills. You sure know how to keep things interesting. And here's what made it all worthwhile. Evan, this is for you. Roland presented Evan with the Mark of Kings.
Connie.
Gasp! It's the Mark of Kings!
Uh-huh.
Now you can open the Kingsway and get back Ding Dong Dell without having to go through all those soldiers. Morsinga was desperate to find it too, just like I thought he would be. It might be just the bargaining chip we need to get him to sign the declaration.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Roland. Now I can finally go back to Ding Dong Dell. Back to the home he stole from me.
And so at last the hour had come for Evan to return to Ding Dong Dell and convince King Mousinger to sign the Declaration of Interdependence. Bright-eyed, yet heavy-hearted, he prepared to take the final steps of the journey he had begun, what now seemed a lifetime ago. It was time to bring his dream of a united world one step closer to reality.
But first, they'll all stand in silence facing the wall of the palace while the camera slowly pans up. It's the Curious Boy!
Did my father and Mousinger...
Sometimes it's just not possible for people to stay friends. Sometimes the circumstances just won't allow it.
I can't believe that Father would have hated someone or been suspicious of them simply because of their species. But then, why else would Mousinger do what he did?
I suppose he was afraid.
Afraid? Of what?
That the great man he dedicated his life to was using him and would one day cast him aside. Think about it. What could be more frightening than being discarded by someone you love? Not that I know all the details, of course.
Right.
I want a poster of quotes from the Curious Boy. I just want a big picture of him and then just a bunch of all of his quotes underneath. I love the Curious, literally my favorite part of the game. It's not the battles or like the normal combat. It's not managing the kingdom. It's not the story. It's the Curious Boy. It's the only reason I wake up in the morning. It's the only reason I put in the Ni No Kuni 2 disc and press play is just to get towards my next little chit-chat and cup of tea with the happy little Curious Boy. Anyway. We have business to attend to. We're finally going back to Ding Dong Dell where it all started. Everyone, there's something I need to talk to you about. Before we ask Ding Dong Dell to sign the declaration, I need to know how its people are faring under Mousinger's rule. I should also like to know what they thought of my father. Perhaps they might be able to help me understand why he was murdered. I never once considered their thoughts or feelings when I was their ruler. It's high time that I found out what they truly think.
Chapter 8. Land of My Fathers.
La 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 la. Okay then, back to Ding Dong Dell. So do we use this this king thingy just to get straight there? All right, let me run you through how we're going to infiltrate Ding Dong Dell. The crosses on this map mark the areas where the troops are most heavily concentrated. As you can see, a direct approach via the river would be suicidal. There's no way we'd get close enough without being spotted. So we'll use the Zeppelin to take us over the river and set us down someplace quieter. From there, we'll make our way via the least heavily guarded areas to the entrance to the Kingsway. It's a good thing Zip gave us that old girl, huh? She's quiet as a mouse, even when the engines are full ahead. Which is not to say that caution will not be required. We cannot take the risk of flying too close to the city. A roundabout approach will still be required.
Ah, so the old sky pirate full frontal assault ain't an order of the day then, eh?
Doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'll be straight in. No messing job by the sound of it. All right, let's make ready to leave. Right then. Let's go. Head for Ding Dong Dell aboard the Zeppelin. Why not? So, hopefully we're not going to have to do any of the skirmishes. Just because I have been continuing to neglect the skirmishes a little bit. I just haven't been doing very many of them. And like all of the ones I come across, like they always like recommend you to be like a way higher level than I actually am. So I just don't feel very prepared to battle them. Let's not worry about doing all of the research topics and all of that stuff now. Let's just head out of there and okay, there's one which is complete. We collect the one that's complete and then we'll go and head off. So if you do hold R2, you can like zip around the map really quickly, which makes things much easier. So let's just complete the research. It's annoying that you have to like press for it to be completed. Like surely if it's completed, it's completed. Like you should get the reward, but you know you have to go and acknowledge that it's completed. Anyway, how do we get out of this menu? There we go. Let's continue making our exit. We'll ignore all of this. I'll go and do a bunch more of the side quests and get more people and, you know, continue growing ever more. And I've been doing a pretty good job on that overall. So let's not focus on that. I want to go and head back to Ding Dong Dell. I'm really curious because we've been kinda in Ding Dong Dell, but not like really properly. I know, where are we heading to? Is that where Ding Dong Dell? Oh yeah, it is. That's where we started from, isn't it? I was thinking like, wait a minute, we've already been there. Of course we have. So yeah, I've been sort of in Ding Dong Dell in terms of I've been inside of the palace, which is inside of Ding Dong Dell. But I see why approaching from the river was not the best option. So I need to like loop. Oh, no, I didn't mean to go that way. Ooh. So I need to loop all the way around this way. Then I need to find a quiet place to set down around about here and then sneak in. But yeah, what I was saying is I haven't actually been into Ding Dong Dell proper. Yeah, just the palace. And I want to see how different it is from how Ding Dong Dell was in Ni No Kuni 1. So it's probably like my favorite place in Ni No Kuni 1 was Ding Dong Dell. So it would be cool to see how much of it is the same, how much of it has changed. But it looks like we have a bit of battling to do to make our way there. So let me speed up the process for you. And yeah, until we arrive. Okay, we've battled our way to the bridge. So this should be where we're able to sneak our way into the kingdom somehow. I'm sure it's much bigger on the inside. It always looks tiny from the outside. So if we put the mark of the kings just here. Tidy! Kingsway, here we come! Okay, there we go. We found ourselves our secret entrance into the back of Ding Dong Dell. God, even just seen that picture, that is bringing back a whole load of memories from my time back in Ni No Kuni 1. How many of you were with me during Ni No Kuni 1? Like when I was actually uploading it? Or watched it after it was uploaded? It was forever ago. It was like a different world. And oh, this looks really similar. Looks like it's hardly changed at all, to be honest. I wonder if I still remember my way round. Or that bit. I don't really recognize that bit so well. I remember there was like, you would jump across like these little columns as kind of like stepping stones to make your way around the area. But this is amazing. So are we just going to be able to walk around just with our hoods up and not be able to get caught? Well, that was obviously not there. The statue of Mausinger in the center of town is a new addition. I guess everything's been ratified rather than catified. Wow. So, this is Ding Dong Dell, huh? It looks like something out of a picture book. It feels different from when I was last here. The town appears peaceful, and yet one cannot help notice a distinct lack of grimalkin.
They've all jumped ship and set sail for safer shores, I shouldn't wonder.
Unlikely Mousinger has had the citizenry under close scrutiny ever since the coup. If they don't get away fast, they don't get away at all. I heard they'd all been moved to some kind of underground slum somewhere, although I don't know much more about any of that. That sounds miserable.
All right.
Well, if we have no grimalkin left to speak with, we should have to see what the mice and rats have to tell us. Only if you and Roland will agree to remove your hoods. You are both too well... Oh, not to remove your hoods. You are both too well known here for comfort. Okay. It's not exactly the world's best disguise, but I guess it'll have to do for now. Why will it have to do? Why don't I just change your coat from the coat that you always wear? Hey, less of your complaining. It's the best that we could rustle up at short notice. Is this really the disguise? No one's going to recognize him. That's like hardly a disguise at all. Oh, let's look around. Oh, let's have a look around. Oh, This is different, actually. This is actually quite a lot different. Do we have the map? Oh, this is hugely different, actually. So where was the old entrance? Or maybe there's like another part of town that we can go and explore. But yeah, like I recognize like the style of it, but the layout seems to be almost completely different. Unless I come across like one particular area that I recognize. What's going on with those two little higgledies down there having a little dance around? Right then, let's go and chat to some of these very specific mice or rats, I guess. Mice, rats, both. I don't know. And yeah, let's see what they have to say about the way things are run here. What's that you say? Life under King Mousinger? Well, I don't know what it's like for humans or a grimalkin, but for a mouse like me, things are completely different nowadays. I mean, when I was younger, we were picked on all the time. My mother told me that I should never trust a grimalkin or even become friends with one. I think that's what all mouse mothers told their children back then. Still, I don't hold any grudge against King Lionheart or anything. That's in the past now. It's time to move on. Okay, so it sounds like for the mice, at least, things might be a little bit better around here. Which is what you would expect. Like, the whole thing about Mousinger trying to take control was basically, you know, so this would happen, and then the mice and rats would be ending up being the more powerful ones. So I guess for them, that is good. But it would be good to have a balance where, you know, cat and mice live in harmony, and we forget all of the Disney cartoons that we watched growing up with them chasing each other and just pretend everyone gets along. Look at that guy's eyes. Look at that guy's cross eyes just staring at himself. Anyway, sorry. This is who we're supposed to be talking to. King Mousinger's policies are putting Mousekind first at last. They've given us all a real boost. I suspect the grimalkin aren't too happy about it, but still, they've had their time in the sun and we've all suffered enough. I think it's only fair that the tables are turned. It's amazing to think how different things might have been now if King Lionheart hadn't fallen ill and passed away when he did. Once again, it's all fair enough, but what's this? What are you? Is that a tiny alpaca? What is this thing? Oh, it's a alpaca. It's like a mixture between an alpaca and a llama. Borgle? Why did it say Borgle? 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 Listen to the little squeak it makes. Oh, that is adorable. Is it yours? The mouse soldiers say the Grimalkin are criminals who are causing chaos in the kingdom, but I haven't even seen any for a while. Can they really be doing all the bad stuff that they're being blamed for? And less about that and more about this little thing. Borgle. Ah, that's adorable. I just want to put it in my pocket and take it home. Right then, there's one more person for us to speak to here. We should actually be activating a few of these, because these are going to make some trapdoors that we're going to be able to use to whiz around the place a little bit quicker. Life here in Ding Dong Dell has changed beyond recognition since King Mousinger took over. I mean, King Lionheart always said he was committed to equality, but I never really trusted him. You wouldn't either if you'd seen the way the Grimalkin used to treat us mice. Now we're finally getting what we deserve, and it's all King Mousinger's doing. He's our hero! Yeah, it seems like the consensus from the mice is that thumbs up.
If I may be so bold.
It certainly seems that Mousinger's rule is no unwelcome thing for the majority of mousekind. Mm-hmm. And why would it be? They're finally getting preferential treatment after all these years. So, let me see if I got things this straight. It used to be the mice and rats who were discriminated against, but now the tables have turned and the Grimalkin are on the receiving end. It seems so, yes.
Tit for tat, eh? Folks ain't never so different as they seem.
I never knew that things were so hard for mouse kind. I knew nothing about my people, nothing at all. And to think I called myself their king. Yeah, for what, like a day or something? Oh, Evan. I'd like to not accidentally skip whatever Ronan said. Wow now, looks like a gang of idlers. If you're not busy, you can give me a hand. Come here, will ya? Okay. Whatever you say, cheese lady. What is exactly that you need help with? Oh, so you were listening, were you? That must be your king to help. How lovely of you. What? Well, don't be shy now. Here you go. You obtained a sardine sandwich. What is that? That's just bread in the shape of a sardine. Is that even the shape of a sardine? I don't even know what that is. But apparently, it's a sardine sandwich. What is this strange, crazy thing that you have given to me, crazy cheese lady? Well, it's one of my famous sardine sandwiches, of course. I need you to deliver it to a grimakin called Shadow. There was, well, an incident, shall we say. He's probably hiding somewhere, poor lad, but he won't have gone far. He's a cat fellow, black with a long tail. You can't miss it. He's always waggling it about all over the place. He's paid already, so you just need to give him the package. Flip man, what are we errand boys?
Yeah.
Wherever you are, deliver the goods and come back here, and I'll see that you're rewarded. How does that sound? Something tells me we don't have much choice. All right, we'll go and find Shadow for you. Ain't too many cat folk around here, eh? Well, we'll proper spot 'em soon, I'm sure. What do you mean, I don't think we have much choice? Yes, we do. We perfectly fine have the option to say, no, I'm not going to deliver your strange sardine. No, what do you... Oh, you guys are just standing around. You better go and deliver my sardine sandwich for me. What a bizarre word. I'm your king. Well, I used to be your king, but I'm probably going to be your king again. And the king of the whole kingdom. But I'm going to be a good king. And everyone's going to be happy. But first, I will deliver your sardine sandwich, my lady. Yeah, that's a way to get on the good side on some of the people around town, I guess. Just to deliver anyone's sardine sandwiches. Anyone got any sardine sandwiches that need delivering? Here is Ding Dong Dell's official sardine sandwich deliverer. Anyway, looks like we used our sixth sense to track down where he is. Hiding behind a tree. I mean, is he supposed to be covering his ears? Because he's completely missing them. Anyway, he seems to be in a bit of distress. What's up, Shadow? He a little bit looks like he's doing a poo. I wasn't going to point it out, but then I couldn't get it out of my head. Anyway, ignore that. Well, that's certainly a long black tail. Excuse me, you wouldn't happen to be Shadow by any chance, would you? I wasn't doing anything, I promise. Have mercy on an honest grimakin.
Howdy do.
No need to panic, pal. We're just a sardine sandwich delivery boys, ain't it?
What?
A sandwich? For me? Yes, Crumbles asked us to give it to you.
Oh.
Wow. Ah, phew. I thought it was those awful soldiers that had caught up with me. Thanks ever so much. You handed over the sardine sandwich. I wanted to ask you something. How are things for Glimmerking and Ding Dong Dell these days? Visitors from abroad, eh? Oh, we don't see many of you lot lately. What with all the borders being closed down and everything. Things have been a little bit more rough for us catfolk ever since Mousinga took over, that's for sure. Why, I was only buying a sardine sandwiches when those soldiers started looking at me, askance. I had no choice but to run, really. So you came to hid here without taking what you had brought with you?
Yeah.
Of course I did. We've been chased out of our homes, driven into the slums. They've even posted soldiers at the sewer entrances to watch our comings and goings. We only risk coming out for food, but it's not worth getting nobled for.
Golly.
So that's why there's no Glimmerking in town anymore. What I really wanted was some nice fresh fish, but I suppose one of these sandwiches is the next best thing, I suppose. Anyway, I can't stand around here talking to you. Those soldiers could be along any time.
Goodbye.
I need to get back to my squatting behind the tree. Nice to meet you. Perhaps I'll see you some other time. Goodbye.
Great
Crikey, suppose we better go back and see old Crumbles then, eh? I suppose we better. Yeah, it looks like Ding Dong Dell's completely different. Oh, this is the bit that looked a little bit more familiar. Like making my way up this area here. Oh, I'm trying to remember it. Yeah, and I remember all like these drains around the side, but that whole like giant lake bit, that's all new. That's all new. That is all different. That is I mean, it's not changed because I guess this was out like this is set before. But yeah, it definitely looks different. Welcome back, my lovelies. Well, did you carry out my little errand? Mm-hmm. Yes, we found Shadow and we gave him his sandwich. Oh, wasn't that just lovely of you? I was so sorry to impose upon you like that. Now, I said I'd give you a little reward then, didn't I? Well, here you go. You obtained one of the strange, weird sardine sandwiches. You're kidding, ain't you? We just delivered one of those. You won't be complaining once you've had a bite, my dear. My sardine sandwiches are the best in the land. You'll be back for more before long, you'll see. God, the cheek of it. So the Grimmer King are all living in an underground slum, and there are guards posted at the entrance. Shadow said it was the old sewers, didn't he? And if he made it out, there must be a way back down that the guards aren't watching. Blimey. Imagine being trapped down there like that. It's like being in prison. We cannot risk being spotted by the guards. If we are to visit the slums, we must make our way there undetected. All right, come on then. Right then, a species oppressed. I mean, fair enough. It is kind of what the mice have been going through for a very long time. Like, no one should be in their situation. But at least it's a little bit, you know, nice that they have a change and kind of have a bit of a break from the way things were before. So right then, let's have our next objective. We need to find our way into the slums and kind of cat to a few more of the... Did I say cat? Chat to more of the cat folk. And yeah, find out what they're feeling. I'm assuming they are not feeling very good about the situation as it is at the moment. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this episode here. It's great to be back inside of Ding Dong Dell. We are going to explore more of it in the next episode. And that next episode will be linked in the description down below. But for now, and I thank you all very much for watching. And I will see you all later. Bye!